that's crashed too. God. I was fully ready to stream on time. Open OBS, my PC crashes instead. I think it's... is everything back? Unfortunately, my stream setup is fairly complicated, which means I can't just turn on my PC and stream. It doesn't work like that. Interesting, that's not working. I don't have the money for a new computer. We're doing factory, yeah. We'll do a level 50 factory because we did level 100 the last few weeks. I'm going to show a bit of both. Now level 50 round 5 of factory is actually quite perilous. I've forgotten how many elevations I get. I'm hoping I've at least got 3. But the PC crash is very depressing because I thought I'd fix that issue, and obviously if my PC crashes during a run, that's the end of the run. And I had previously said I wouldn't stream again if I had this issue, but I mean, we're not on a very big streak right now anyway. Tell you what I don't like how OBS, if I close OBS, it closes the chat. That's really annoying. Okay. Oh, I've got exactly 3 swaps. I mean, 3 elevations for 50. See, level 50 is hard. This round is hard in level 50 because round 5 is set 2 Pokemon, and set 2 Pokemon are terrible. We'll have 3 set 3 Pokemon though, and those will have to save us. Number streak was the Weavile sweep ending. That was 74 from last week. I really hope nothing's broken. I don't want to touch any. I don't want to touch OBS. There's something about OBS. If I move it with my, like, if I literally move it with my mouse, my PC crashes. My entire PC crashes, which is wonderful. So I'm not going to touch it. Very much depends on how many, well, how good my draft is, but we can get to 49 today, probably. Rhyperia. With Rhyperia set 3. Egg 2, Houndoom 3, Sceptile 3, so these are both set 2 as well. Team Leech Seed. This is a terrible draft. Houndoom 3 might be the best Pokemon here, which is really, really, really bad news. Oh, physical Sceptile in Gen 4, I don't know. I don't know about that. It probably has to come, right? Because otherwise I'm just too vulnerable to set 1 waters. I wonder if we take Rhyperia. I don't know. I can't take Sceptile in one of these two. I'm then too weak to the combination of fire and flying. It's got to be either these two or these two. Rhyperia is a bit better when we know when the enemy set's going to be physical or not, though. I think we go Houndoom lead and put Sceptile and Rhyperior in the back, and it is what it is. I'm not very confident in this. Let's put that in the overlay. The overlay might be lying about the upcoming enemies. Because this is basically the tower overlay, the battle tower overlay. It's just, I've changed the color and the title, but that's it. Yeah, if we lose this, it's fine, because we can play level 100. And if we lose on level 100 as well, I'll do the punishment of playing battle tower singles. Yeah, it's a set 1 trainer. Shuckle 1. It is actually a little bit scary because of power trick. We won't two-shot with flamethrower, nowhere close. The issue with swapping to Sceptile would be I could just be swaggered. It is a lot more likely to go for power trick than swagger though. Could also go Rhyperior. I'm not super sure about payback 100% killing. Probably better to go Sceptile first. There's no point staying in with Houndoom unless we're gonna use Will-O-Wisp, and that feels like an unnecessary risk. What we'll do is, if it does swagger Sceptile, we'll have to swap again to Rhyperior. We can turn the music down a bit. So we're fine as long as we don't miss. New question. It's very lame to do the damage calc. New question is, do we always kill with Aerial Ace? I'm going to say yes. We're going to Aerial Ace because of the Laxant sense. And Torterra 1 as well. It's quite good. It should be on -22. I mean, OBS, I think OBS is just not working. It did crash my PC before I tried to stream. Do get a bit of information on this. There's no Pokemon in the back with a super effective move against Sceptile 1. Against Sceptile. Which does kind of make me want to just go Houndoom. It should, I mean, I don't think we'd ever live the Rock Slide on Houndoom is the issue. We know they're set 1 because this is Ace Trainer Zane. Ace Trainer Zane is a tier 4 enemy, which means set 1. I think I'm going to stay in, probably. Sceptile dies quite often if I do this, but I hate swapping into a potential Rock Slide. It almost always is going to use Curse, and it should follow that up with another Curse. At this point, we might as well go for the high crit on Leaf Blade, I think. No Shell Armor Torterra in this generation. Well, in Gen 3 and Factory, on this round, every single trainer would be set 2 at level 50. In Gen 4 it's slightly different because it can still be set 1 as well as set 2. I am Scope Lens. Okay, we're dead this turn. There's absolutely no way we don't die to Earthquake or Rock Slide here. I think we might go Rhyperia, because Rhyperia is actually faster. So we'll have a chance to hit the Horn Drill, and then if we miss Horn Drill, we just Revenge of Houndoom. We know the Pokemon in the back isn't a Flying or a Fire type, because they would have come out first against Sceptile. You think that going for Gold Prince, I think probably about 30-40% of runs would get Gold Print. Yeah, so tier 8 trainers in level 50 can be any set. And then tier 5 and above trainers in level 100 can be any set. I don't value Rhyperia very much here. Rock Slide. We're 100% dead. I don't think we want to Avalanche, because then we obviously were slower, so we might as well Horn Drill. We couldn't go Houndoom because it could have used Earthquake. Revenge. And we'll one-shot that. Gen3 or Gen4 Factory? I think Gen4 is better for singles and Gen3 is better for doubles. And then Gen3 doesn't have multis, so I guess Gen4 is also better in multis. Round 5 is very tricky though. Round 5 is matches 29 to 35. No type. We can't take Shuckle 1, it's too bad. Absol 1 is also terrible. The best Pokemon there was Torterra. I don't know if I want to have Torterra and Sceptile. But Torterra is much better than Rhyperia in a vacuum. I think we stay. So this is a Ninja Kid. Ninja Boy or whatever, which means he's set 2. This is a tier 5 trainer. We probably want to... What's our ability? Probably want to stay in until we see it use Dive. It's very, very likely to use Curse. I think we Wisp. It's fine. We'll go Sceptile then. Not a surprise switching, obviously it's got a super effective move against me. I think I'm going to definitely go to Houndoom. It's only bad if Ice Fang freezes. There's a small chance it explodes as well, which is fine. Oh no, that's not good. And now you Earthquake. Now it's a bit more interesting, isn't it? The issue of using Counter is the fact that we're going to promote it to Explode. But there's no way we go Sceptile. We die to Ice Fang most of the time, I would guess. Counter does cover for being crit, though. In fact, I would quite like Glalie to crit me here. Just thinking, because it can actually miss Ice Fang as well. I think we just pay back. We should always kill. Okay. Oh, the flinch as well. The freeze and the flinch. Okay. It's tricky because we have so little information. So Glalie is slot 3. We know that because this Pokeball is grayed out, which means Glalie's Pokeball was placed this. So the Pokeball in slot 2 can have a super effective move against Sceptile, but it can't be a fire type and it can't be a pure flying type. Those are both rare though. It's not pure fire basically. It's not pure bug as well. And it's not a compound weakness. So it's not Charizard, for example. It's just tricky because sometimes I'm going to want to have Rhyperior. It depends on whether or not it's a physical Pokemon. Thing is, if I swap into Ice Fang, I lose. It's a true 50-50 between Ice Fang and Earthquake. Because although it's 65 power with Stab, the damage floor on Rhyperior is far, far greater than Glalie's attack. So we're hitting that. And then we're hitting it again on super effective. Doubles run. Which doubles run? Can't believe it's frozen and flinched me. I think I might be lost fairly often. I'm worried about the final Sceptile matchup. We obviously saw Quag. One, two, four. I mean, we're super dead to Ice Fang. There's no doubt. Doesn't feel like the risk would be worth it. At least you didn't crit me. Okay, I lose. I lose, okay. I've got a tiny chance here, which is Dragon Rush missing Rhyperior. Even after that, because I don't take damage, I don't double Avalanche, so I don't kill. So unboosted Avalanche into Night Slash won't kill this. And there's no way to manipulate this anywhere else because I can't swap. Sceptile faces the same moves as Rhyperior. I wonder if I actually Horn Drill then. Chance of it missing Dragon Rush, including the chance of it selecting it, is 10%. So the chance of a double miss is 1%. Whereas the chance of miss into horn drill is 3%, which is obviously larger. I do win if it's if I crit. So it's not actually 1%, it's more like 1.6%. But 3% is higher than 1.6%. So it is actually horn drill. Do I gain anything at all by swapping? I don't think I do. Need Dragon Rush miss into horn drill. No. Okay. I guess we could get like infinite Dragon Rush misses on Sceptile. Not very likely though. Okay. Level 100 time then. That is why level 50 is hard. Need to stop that. Refresh. I need to lock in now though. I don't want to lose on level 100 because then I'll have to play Battle Tower on stream. I don't want to do that. I'm pretty sure I had 22 swaps. I did this yesterday. Yeah, so I get 3 elevations in this as well, but the elevations are less impactful at level 100. It's just an IV bump. Team I'm playing in the Battle Tower at the moment is not particularly entertaining. Gen 7 Battle Factory. If that existed, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Set 3, Gold up 4, Wheeloom 3, Lady 4, Agron 3, Doug 3. This is a pretty terrible draft as well. We had the classic Effect Spore Toxic Orb combination. The abilities in the Frontier are random. It's only 50% to get the Poison Heal on Breeding Free. It's a bad draft when you say that the lock-in is going to be Golduck. We'll have to leave the lead slot open as well. The Pokemon that's hardest to swap in here is definitely Aggron. I've got a feeling I'd have to risk. I'm gonna have to risk something here because I can't just take Dugtrio. I wonder if it's gonna be Rhydon, Golduck, Aggron, or is it gonna be Rhydon, Golduck, Breloom? There's a significant speed gap. I think we're going Breloom. I can swap it into a water type. Also, because it is because it's level 100 round 5, there can be tier 4 opponents which have set 4 Pokemon. Those are also very deadly. So for a slightly separate reason, round 5 and level 100 is also very hard. I'm not taking Aggron free. Look at it. I'm not taking that. This thing is also bad. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. It's fine. What I'll do is I'll just hit Dynamic Punch with Breloom. It'll be fine. That's why I don't do enough no stab. No, it doesn't. Which is why we're probably almost certainly swapping it out after match 1. But the other options are just untakeable, I think. I mean, we could go Glalie lead. I really, really dislike lead ice types, though. Glalie 4 is pretty horrible. And we don't have a good switch. Like Golduck can't really come in on fire anyway. And Golduck can't come in on fighting, and neither can Breloom. Okay, it is a tier 4 trainer, so this is set 4. It's Houndoom 4. So as long as we don't get flinched by Dark Pulse, we're fine here. We'll go for Outrage, since missing Hammer Arm would be incredibly cringe. A nice waste of your turn. And you come in because you got super effective move, which makes sense. It'd be quite a big deal if close combat crit, actually, wouldn't it? Okay, good. It didn't. We can revenge with Golduck. Golduck is faster than Pinsir. We should be fine at this point. Surely Golduck and Breloom wouldn't choke the final 1v1, a 2v1 even. We have got Persenberry. Maybe it sees a kill with X-Scissor and doesn't get it. I doubt it. We'll go for the Shadow Claw though. That's fine. When it sees a kill with multiple moves, it can use any of them. We'll revenge. What's last? Okay. It doesn't kill Breloom or Golduck in one shot with Choice Band, but it is faster than both, obviously. I'm not sure if Ice Beam Stone Edge is enough. I might have to Hydro Pump this. It's guaranteed to use Return. This is a very straightforward endgame, I guess. I think it's like the Hydro Pump wins unless it crits Breloom. And even if Hydro Pump misses, I can go for the Dynamic Punch. So yeah, it's like 85% win to Hydro Pump. There's no way Ice Beam Stone Edge beats that, because Stone Edge alone is 20% miss. And it's going to have the same crit win con against Breloom then. And if it crits Golduck, obviously we definitely have to use Dynamic. Got a decent chance of one-shotting, and we should win with Breloom after that, even if we don't kill. And we can take Tauros in the lead. It's huge. That is huge. Yeah, we're taking Tauros. It doesn't matter what the next... Doesn't matter what it says here. I'm taking Tauros. Yeah, no type. We still need to get rid of Breloom as well before we have a good team. don't have it's not Intimidate Tauros, but that's fine. Still a marked advantage. So Lass is any set. It's not Heracross 2 because of item clause on scope lens. I think we just have to use return. We don't want to use Zen Headbutt because you don't want to miss, and return is a better choice lock anyway. Focus Band would really suck, but you know, if it's Heracross 1 and it gets to Focus Band, it gets it. It's just how it goes. We're almost certainly taking Heracross over Breloom, unless something even better than Heracross shows up. No Focus Band. Articuno. So it's not Articuno 2 because Golduck is Wakanberry. Apart from that, it can be any set. We could switch out because we might want to change Choice Lock move to Stone Edge to kill it. Downside of that is that it could just be Articuno 4 and then maybe it lives the Stone Edge. I think I stay in. What I don't like about this is the fact that Golduck Articuno is a speed tie. Because we're not IV advantaged. This is a 6. No, we are. It is a speed tie, but it's... No, we are 16 IV. We're not at speed advantage. It is a speed tie. It's fine. Just don't get crit and don't get frozen. No! No! Oh no. The worst timeline. Is Sheerkow gonna hit Golduck as well? It's never gonna resist switch here. Highest roll for Gen 4, lowest roll for Gen 5, and then in Gen 3 it picks a random damage roll. We win the speed tie, which is massive. Sceptile. Articuno. So Articuno 2 is Rakan. Articuno 4 is Charty, which is the rock resist berry. And then Articuno 1 is Icy Rock. In case that's confusing as well. So it's not Sceptile free, that's all we know. It's a bit tempting to swap. I would really want to swap if it was Sceptile 4. So it can drop its special attack from the Leaf Storm. I'm always going to beat Sceptile 1 because Breloom dominates it. I'd rather stay in against Sceptile 2. I suppose Sceptile 4 is fine as long as it doesn't like worst case scenario I have to hit dynamic. Thanks FD. We're gonna freeze it, I've decided. Okay, it's 2. If Breloom was Poison Heal, I would win. Guaranteed, because it can't do enough damage to kill it, so I could PP stall. Because Breloom is not Poison Heal, I'm gonna risk this slightly. That's definitely Overgrow, which means Giga Drain is guaranteed to be used here. It does get a big heal. I think there's no point staying in to be hit by Giga Drain. We might as well switch. It should heal itself out of overgrow range then, and we should be able to just kill it with Facade. Yeah, Sceptile 4 should be switching into Taurus. There's really big gaps at the end of the Mario music. Is this... This isn't... No. We need winning music, not losing music. Just don't miss. Like 4 times in a row. Slowly raising up the screen. The Facade! Visual bug in Gen 4 is very funny, where it displaces your sprite up by 2 pixels after being used. We could... So the question is, RT4 or random Heracross? It's not Heracross 2. I think we take Heracross. Because I really don't want to have... Even though Golduck is Rakanberry, I do not want to have Golduck and Articuno in the back. Just feels deeply wrong. Also, Articuno kind of falls off quite hard on Gen 3 to Gen 4 because you can no longer rely on the massive special bulk. So many enemies are mixed. Okay. Another set 4 trainer. Electric 4. It's fine, as long as it doesn't crit Taurus, it should be fine. Let's see what this is. With Select so a Heracross 4. That's the best one. Could even swap to Heracross. It's just really bad if Heracross gets paralyzed. I think we should stay in. And I think we should be using Earthquake to avoid making contact with Manectric when a Manectric can be static. So yeah, just don't get crit. It does do a lot of damage, but even heavily damaged, Taurus is still very useful later on, probably. Miss Magius. It's a bit awkward to swap into this. That's a really tough one. This is the hardest thing about playing Factory, I think, is whether or not I should try and save Taurus here. The issue with switching is that if I switch Golduck into a Thunderbolt, Golduck will just die the following turn. And then if Heracross misses the Swarm boosted Mega Horn, I mean, how often does Heracross get Swarm from Psychic? It's not going to be guaranteed, right? Even if I don't get it, I'm fine as long as I get the Endure Mega Horn off. And I need to be really careful about E-Bond as well. We know the final Pokemon doesn't have a super effective move against Taurus, which does take out quite a lot of Quick Claw sets. And that's the major reason to not save Taurus would be Quick Claw. I feel like it's safer to let Taurus fate though. I think Heracross Golduck is quite a good duo in a 2 versus 1 scenario after I fate Mismagius. Something I could consider. No, I don't think it would work, actually. I don't think it would work to go Golduck first and encourage D-Bond. Because I'm pretty sure T-Bolt Psychic will always see a potential kill on Heracross after I switch. So it is just... I'm not Swarm. Why did I think I was Swarm? Okay, in that case I have to hit both. That's still a better line, though. Psychic crit would be the worst thing that could happen. That's big. It can't use Destiny Bond when it sees a kill, even at low HP. If it does kill Heracross, it's going to use Destiny Bond though, which is going to really suck. Honestly though, if I miss, I miss. And I lose. Anyway. Worst thing that could happen here is Thunderbolt Paralysis. Which is only a 3% chance. Because it's random which attack it picks. Okay, good. And now missed this one, and we have the shortest factory stream ever. Okay. Thank God. Right, we can definitely pick up Mismagius. It's quite a markable upgrade over Golduck. We've ended up with a really good team. The only downside of this is the fact that our team has a IV issue. We are much lower IVs. Because these are all from tier 4 enemies, these swaps. Yep, yeah. Timid, Destiny Bond, Focus Sash is an incredible combination. It's Jinx 4. Return is the best lock. Exploud 4. I'd much rather Taurus got crit than Mismagius, even through Sash, right? Oh, it's not a big IV issue. It's Taurus. This Taurus, for example, is 12 IV because it's a tier 4 Pokemon. So this enemy is also 12 IV, but we can also face tier 5 enemies, and those are 16 IV. And then match 35 is against a 20 IV trainer. So with a small IV disadvantage there, a very small one. It's not like the Gen 3 issue where you have a massive IV gap. We don't want any of those. Those all suck. Dark. That's rare. Even in Gen 4, that is rare. I don't think it changes anything. It does mean Mismagius is a bit worse. Particularly since It might be T-Tar and that removes Sash. T-Tar is also really bad for Heracross. Oh my god, do I have to swap? Do I have to swap? If it's T-Tar, I can Mega Hornet, I guess. Late game T-Tar. Yeah, it's extra 4 IVs for each group. So tier 1 is 0, tier 2 is 4 IV, and so on. And then tier 8 is 31 IVs. I think we have to stick. Yes, you always get max happiness. Something that was pointed out to me recently, which I didn't notice, is below tier 4, it's actually always frustration. And at tier 4 and above, it's always your turn. But they always have max power. Okay. At least you led it. At least you led it. This is another tier 4 trainer, which is T-Tar 4, obviously. So it should Dragon Dance most of the time, and then obviously we outspeed even after it Dragon Dances. So we should take almost no damage here. The worst thing that could happen would be a Stone Edge crit. And I guess even if that happens, we do clean up with Heracross's Earthquake. Does that apply to all modes? No, so Battle Tower, Battle Arcade, and Battle Castle, they go up in steps of 3. Starting from 3. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 31. Why is it different for Factory versus those? I don't know. It just is different. Please don't crit me. Please. No! What? Oh no. What's this music track? This is Tail Lights from Trackmania Stadium 2. Frustration return. I don't know. I've never paid attention to tier 3 and below sets. This is a really, really bad start. I can't believe T-Tar 4 killed Taurus 4. That's so triggering. I'm wondering if I actually put Miss Magius in. The problem is I don't think we kill with Thunderbolt with the special defense boost from Sand. I'm going Heracross. It better not be Houndoom. It better not be Houndoom. That's all I'm going to say. As the other dark type. What the hell? I'm pretty sure we swap and debond. I trust Heracross versus the final Pokemon is a dark type. I trust Heracross more than Miss Magius. We should always live Technician Aerial Ace. The risk is going to be if it crits Aerial Ace. Because obviously Focus Sash doesn't save me from the sand. It's going to be really tense because if it's Technician it will gust down to like here. No, no, no way you've done that. No way you've done that. I've been crit on both moves. That's crazy. How do I even win? Because it's just going to use aerial ace. I'm just going to die. I won't kill it with a crit. This thing's max defense. I can't believe we got Stone Edge crit into aerial ace crit. That's absurd. I don't know. We're about to play tower, I think. Death. I guess I could have swapped to Heracross on turn 1. The thing is, obviously if Stone Edge crits Heracross, Heracross still dies, and then it's like... If it's critting the next move, I'm always losing anyway. That was incredibly unlucky. I think we're gonna have to play tower. I don't have a double streaks, do I? No, I don't have a double streak active. Oh no. So I meant to debut this later, but on Twitch we've got up to 700. So we'll do tower. I don't want to play arcade. Not when I'm not prepared for it. We'll play tower. This is gonna be interesting. It's fine. What did we do? We're like 8-2, but round 5 is hard. Is L50 easier? No, I think level 100 is slightly easier. It's just that Factory hasn't been grinded out massively. Okay. This is going to be a very different stream now because obviously we should never lose. Quick context. The way this team works. We have 2 Pokemon that cripple the lead. And then Drapion sets up and wins. That's the 10-second version of it. There's very deep tech for this team. And we'll be doing speed up because there's no way I'm sitting through this at ×1 speed. I saw that Regidon lost at 47 or whatever. Roughneck Ron. I have actually changed. I changed it this morning. I changed the Uxie spread. So we're max speed, so we speed tie the plus speed nature Houndoom, which is everyone except Houndoom 3. Houndoom 3 is modest. We're always going to paralyze first. I don't have to Memento. What I might do is go Drapion, then go you on counter or Fire Fang. So we save the life of Uxie. And now it's time for Brain Rot. It's a Roughneck, so there's no Magnezone 2 in the back. There's only one Pokemon that is actually a threat. Well, that's not true, actually. There are a few Pokemon that are like small threats to Drapion, like Werelord 4 and Lapras 2. The really big threats to a fully set up... Well, I forgot you had Roar, but that's fine. We'll Choice Locking Mutant to counter then. The really big problem for Drapion is Magnezone 2 because it has the move Psych Up. It can copy all my boosts. Ironhead breaks the Drapion sub and it has Explosion. Yeah, I think the world record is like literally super duper old. I think it's from 2010 or something. Squilliams has done a Battle Tower running Crystal. Policemen are enemies because they can run Magnezone. They can run any set Magnezone. It's a good thing that it's not a lead. I mean, that Lucario's not in the back. Again, we always want to paralyze. It's Lucario free, which is completely fine. We can go through Drapion again because a close combat crit would never kill Latias. Policemen are enemies. Boost, 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 boost. So Drapion's good at sweeping because it's got the ability Battle Armor, which makes the substitutes close to immortal. We are scared of Magnezone 2. Apart from that, it's just basically Pokemon that have the move Roar. For example, Lucario 1 has Roar, but also Entei 1. Skarmory. And then a few Pokemon with like Quick Claw, Oko moves like Warlord can be issues if they do the unthinkable. And also, Magnezone is only really a problem if it's in slot 2, which is fairly common because Explosion beats so many other moves as highest damage. But obviously, Pokemon with Earthquake, for example, do switch in first. We do beat this thing. It's not going to PB stall us. That's got 4 roosts left. It's only got 3. Yeah, it's only got 3 left, so we do beat it. Crystal Battle Tower, you can face it at any multiple of 10 levels. Gen 3 is the one that matches your level if you go past 50. Miranda should be fine. It's so tempting to steal Volt Absorb, but it's also incorrect because it could crit Shadow Ball and then I look very silly. So what upsets me about this matchup is the fact that you get a chain of fully paralysed Thunderbolts. It's still fast in Drapion, obviously. So I think we're going to go for 2 Flash, maybe 1. It gets the immediate drop, which really sucks. I'm going to reset that. There's the crit. I'm going to recover. Yeah, Acupressure has... You only need to use it 21 times to get every boost. Okay, the Flash accuracy drops are really helping out here. I'm not going to stick around for low HP potential paralyze nonsense though. fine, Caesar, don't look. We totally didn't just lose every match in Factory. But there was genuinely nothing I could do about the level 100 thing. The level 50, maybe you could go back and say I took the wrong team, but like level 100 is like, I want the last defense boost. There it is. Yeah, it was something similar to Tentacle 2. Any said, so we're always a little bit scared of Latios 3 because of Bright Powder. Also, I don't like Thunder Waving Latios 2. I do miss real Mesprit against Latios 2 because we went for the Shadow Claw instead of the Dragon Claw. I think we just Memento. I think that's what I always used to do as well. There's also Latios 1, have to just Memento. Latios 3. If I miss Memento against Bright Powder, okay. The downside of this is the fact that Thunderbolt and Ice Beam tie for highest damage against Drapion, and obviously Ice Beam can freeze. The issue with going to Latias first is obviously the fact that then I have to swap into Ice Beam. So I think what we're going to do is just PP stall it until it's out of Ice Beam. But we do have a chance of being frozen on the very first turn. Okay. You know what? Being paralyzed, it's almost tempting to not rest. It's a lot safer to rest though. Unless we just fail every turn. Yes, keep using Ice Beam. Obviously, advantage of using rest is that we can't be frozen when we're asleep. So it's got no chance to hacks us. Just Ice Beam. T-Bolt spam is crazy. That's the last Ice Beam. Should win now. We're actually very good at sweeping legendary trainers with Drapion. Like Entei 1 is only an inconvenience. We run Dark Pulse because it's the much better sweeping move than Crunch. Mostly because I don't like how much self-hit damage I do when I set up attack boosts with a high attack IV Drapion. Could use Iron Tail in Gen 4. I don't think it would change very much, honestly. I think in Gen 5, in Subway, you need Iron Tail for Virizion, though. Particularly because Virizion kind of dumpsters Gliscor. The fact that the Swords of Justice are base 108 speed is disgusting. Anyway, I don't like paralyzing Regigigas 2. At the same time, it's so good to paralyze the others. Okay, we're fine against 4. It's a little bit annoying because it's low PP. Miss Memento? No, don't actually do this to me. Okay, we didn't miss any charms. Welcome to the Battle Factory stream where we're playing Battle Tower because we lost. There's the first special attack boost. We're missing the 2 evasion boosts. I'm trying to get better at counting the acupressure boost more precisely. We don't like Heatran. Do I really want to cover for Quick Claw? I don't think it ever matters. Because there's no... It would only matter for Registeel. I don't care. There we go. Well, you can rewind a VOD if you want to watch it. We actually lost twice, both at round 5. Okay, yeah, again, at least it's not in the back. So, the Carmine set is the worst one to T-Wave. I still think it's worth T-Waving because it buys me so much time against Entei 1 if I have to lock it into return. Of course. I'd love you to paralyze or not use Calm Mind. We have to choice lock this. Good. So if it goes for Shadow Ball instead of Calm Mind on that turn, it can be a bit dicey. Yeah, the 50 draft was pretty bad. We didn't have a bad team in 100, but getting crit twice after I said on the Dark Spec that T-Tar was the threat was a bit nuts. Special defense. Low key, kind of care about the Dark Pulse PP. I'm too impatient. He's actually Registeel as well. So one nice thing about acupressure sweeping is that enemies with Aerial Ace are obsessed with using it because the AI loves to use it when you have evasion boosts. Scizor 4 is fine. Just thinking I don't really need to debuff it any further. The early defense to make this completely free. The follow-up evasion to reduce the number of animations to watch. The follow-up evasion. Just get evasion, dude. Just get evasion, it's not hard. We've got everything except evasion. Every other boost has been sent to +2 or above. So I've got 5 boosts left. It's 2 accuracy and 3 evasion. There's the first one. Evasion really helps the sweep though. Makes it hard to lose. The only thing we're scared of in a set 4 trainer in the back is Tyranitar 4. Thanks, Boring Wand. Well done, Shuckle. And now we just have to do that over and over again, like hundreds of times, and we get the world record. Surely nothing would go wrong. I don't like roughnecks. Like some of the dark types, some of the poison types, they cause issues. Shiftry admittedly is not one of them. The worst thing you can do is just annoy me with Leech Seed. Okay, it is actually Shiftry free. What we'll do is we'll just PP stall it on focus. Acupressure not working behind sub is hilarious. Everyone loves it. And now you get a Spidef drop on the final one. Unlucky. It's not going to use Leaf Storm. You could do max swaps, it just doesn't make a very big difference with the important part of open level. Hey V-Breeze. We're playing Factory, as you can see. Yeah, Leaf Storm has special AI. When it's resisted, unless it kills, it won't be used. Don't need the final boosts. They're not important. This would be quite a sick Factory team, wouldn't it? Yeah. It is T-Tar. It's T-Tar 2 though, which is not going to get anywhere against Drapion. Karsten is set 4. Now across 4. So it's not a great idea to paralyze this because of guts. It's boring to do it this way, but I think what we should do is just... We can skill swap first, I guess. If it misses Megahorn, then we can paralyze. Yeah, Drapion 1 is exactly the same. Misses Megahorn. Always worth fishing for the best possible outcome. We do need to drop it again, I feel. I'm not confident about always living the triple EQ. No Megahorn crit. This game's over. This is the problem with towers. A lot of these games are... It's not really possible to lose. I'd have to have an aneurysm. See, like the set 4 train is completely fine. It's only exciting if Maclazone shows up on the sweep. Or Lapras. Lapras admittedly has also done a few things in the past. The fact that we have a roll to 2-shot is disgusting even at +6. Nice and jaw. Yeah, very slight adjustment to Uxie, all the regulars. I'm now timid max speed with 4 EVs and Spidef, so that I don't give the download boost to Porygon Z, because I thought that was very annoying when it happened in the last stream. We all hate Gliscor because we all hate the ability Hypercutter, which prevents attack drops. Come on. I'd love to use the move knockoff, dude. Because the expert belt's damage boost to Earthquake is actually ultra annoying. The issue is I'm just envisioning knockoff, X's or crit. X's or crit on Latias as well. And then it's only at -4. Surely I'm fine though, right? Surely I'm fine. It's incredibly over. The damage really does suck without the 20% boost from Expert Belt. Yeah, no Paralyze is also annoying. It's only got one Earthquake left. This is incredibly over. Yeah, I mean, Kingler 2 is actually a terrible lead as well. Pinsir is horrible. Hypercutter is a big problem, to be honest. The last 3 boosts are all defense. Look at this, defense, and then the final is also defense. It missed. And I win. We all hate PIs. PIs are Oko Mons and Explosion Mons. That's Metagross 4. That's one of the biggest threats to the team. It's all wrapped up in the fact it has clear body and it can explode. The chance of explosion each turn is low. It's about 2%. Once I get evasion boosts on Drapion, it will no longer use explosion, but it can before then, and it is a big issue. I think I do always lead off with knockoff because I need to get rid of the chance of it Quick Claw critting Latias. Best thing that can happen is Meteor Mash miss, of course. And the worst thing that can happen is an attack boost. Okay, obviously we have the skill swap now. So after using knockoff, we can't use trick anymore. This is a bug in Gen 4. You can't trick a knocked off opponent. We living? We are living, which is very nice. It's always a bit of a toss-up what is better to go for out of Thunderwave and Memento, because Thunderwave does buy turns. The issue with using Thunderwave is that obviously the explosion does way more damage to Latias if it immediately goes for it. I think we Thunderwave though. I really think we Thunderwave. Paralysis is broken. And it can Earthquake as well here because we don't have Levitate anymore. It went for that. Please don't boost. It's a +1, obviously. We can charm it. It's just spooky now. The miss is amazing. Send it to -5. No boost. That's good enough. We have to act very quickly here. It's still got 4 Meteor Mashes left. We do not want to be exploded on before we're done setting up. Particularly against a PI, because obviously every Pokemon in the back is also going to be Explosion or Oko. It's big that Meteor Mash didn't get the attack boost. we would love evasion. Evasion is more important than defense. Defense is also good though. Another very big deal is speed, so that we can outrun Pokemon like Gliscor and Rapidash, both OHKO users. And then, of course, the most important boost is special attack, so we can just murder them, and they don't get to use a move. We're not getting good boosts here. I'm very concerned about the lack of evasion. There it is, okay. The chance of explosion is now much, much lower. We still haven't got speed. It's out of earthquakes. Okay, there's speed. There's the evasion. It is now guaranteed to not attack. So because PIs can have Magnezone 2 in the back, right now we're at +6 defense and +4 attack, which means we beat Magnezone in the 1v1 even after Psych Up. So we do not want to get any more boosts. There's the explosion, but we don't care. It's Kingler, okay. Kingler is very scary on lead, but of course we deal with it quite easily in the back. Electric 4. Again, it's just purely the annoyance of Bright Powder. Also, if Signal Beam confuses, that's a little bit triggering. Okay. I don't like using Knockoff because of static. And because it could just crit me here anyway, and then I don't Memento. We don't miss. At this point, we should be fine. One thing I wish was true about the Gen 4 AI, which is not true, is that you would think that since they like using like moves like Swift after evasion boost, that they would also like using them more after accuracy drops, but that's not true. If I flash this thing, it's not going to use Swift more often. We have got +4 evasion, so it is going to use Swift a lot now. Yeah. Funny thing about Drapion is how quickly it goes from slightly scary to completely over. This is a Cowgirl, which is set 4. There's no Magnezone 2 in the back. No need to worry about the fact we have +6 attack and only +4 defense. I do want the last defense boost though because of Tyranitar. And to a lesser extent, Hippowdon. Easy game. More PIs. Hopefully it's something kinder than Metagross. Most of them are fine. Hippowdon. We just don't like the fact that the healing of Black Sludge gets offset by the Sandstorm, but we can quite easily count it out of Fissures. We definitely want to knock off. I'm just thinking how often we save Uxie here. Obviously in Sand there's no point saving the Sash, which is why we always do go for knockoff. The concern is going to be, what if Drapion switches into an Ice Fang freeze? I think we should Memento. And then just go Substitute until it's out of Fissure. I don't like this though. There's one. There's 2. Not using Fissure is rare. A little bit concerned by this though. We might have to go to Latias. And if we have to go to Latias, we might have to go to Latias and let Latias faint as well. Okay, it's still got 2 fishes left, which is scary. I need to be... the reason why it might not be correct to sub here is the fact that sub into Fissure hit, I would then have to swap. And when I switch back in, Firefang burn is dead Drapion. Because obviously the burn is 1/8 of my HP. On top of that as well. Okay, so... I think we do have to go Latias, unfortunately. It's not great. I'm scared of being frozen. At the same time, it's better that Latias gets frozen than Drapion. Okay. It is forced to use Ice Fang now. Drapion being frozen on the switchback is okay. It's Drapion being burned that I don't want. It's going to be tricky to run this out of fishes at this point. But a lot easier after I drop its attack. It does get the immediate freeze. It's obviously only at -4. No, it's not just legendaries. A variety of Pokemon. The scariest Pokemon in the Battle Frontier are not legendary sets anyway. If I swap and get frozen, what then? I guess I would continue to try and stall the fissures. There would be a chance of being switching into a Firefang, of course, which would be a great help. The downside of this is the fact that Latias is on a timer. The sand active. Staying in just feels wrong. It feels very wrong. Particularly because I'm slightly risking the Ice Fang crit. Okay, it does not get the freeze. I feel like I substitute. It misses Fissure, that's huge. We'll rest then. That's perfect. It's out. I do not want to... It's fine, it'll use Firefang. It'll hit me with Firefang. Okay. I don't want to get too low, of course. Being frozen, and then a chain of not using Firefang to unfreeze me. Could be a bit scary. It is a PI. I am a little bit concerned about the chance of Magnezone, but honestly at this point, I can't really swap out. Thanks, Jode Ben. The defense boost is massive. It is absolutely massive. I still got no special attack, which is a little bit of a concern. Let's rest, because we're going to get the full setup. No reason to go that low. No special attack. We are just waiting on the special attack boosts. Because it's Sandstorm, I do want to be at full HP. Hits 1 along 4, that's completely fine. Not scared of that. And you're dead to sand. It's the same as last time, I'm just going to use Memento. Okay, goodbye White Herb. Crit Draco. Luckily it doesn't matter at all. I mean, while Latios 4, you know, it is a scary Pokemon for normal teams, but for the very optimized teams, we're actually not scared of something like this. Just doesn't have the utility moves it needs. Still waiting on the last special attack boost. There it is. We do not have to wait for... We do not have to wait for the last one. That's not Entei 1. Cario. Again. I do like leading off with T-Wave. Dedicated stall team. The best stall team is, I think, PP stall based. So Subtect, lead Aerodactyl with double team, Toxic, and then I like putting Icy Wind utility Suicune in the back with Rest and Lumberry, and then Poison Heal Breloom with Spore and Leech Seed. But that is a very slow team to play. Very, very slow to play. Right, I think we're just going to knock off. I want to know what set this is. It is set 1. That's annoying because we have to PP stall it out of the Roar. I'm thinking about the best way to order this. Because I think what we should do is actually probably go for Flash. And then try and get it to miss Roar. We have to be in for 3 turns to activate Roar AI, which is fine. I don't want to go too low on Acupressure PP though, that's the issue. Here's Roar. Here comes Roar. Okay, let's see it. Rest is not that important. Hit quite early, which is a shame. We can't trick this because we use knockoff. I think we just go rest now. The substitute PP is a little bit valuable. Yeah, I was kind of looking for that. Evasion is a nice acupressure boost as well. Should be using Raw a lot now. Raw. Not getting too lucky on the Raw uses. We're fine though, I mean it's got 20 Water Pulse PP at the end of this anyway. Thanks, Fez. Because we got double Spadef, it's actually much more likely to go for War as well. With only being at +2, we can use one sub. I'm not loving how its match is going though. That's Raw. Once it's out of Raw Sphere, it's also more likely to use Raw, of course. Do you have the layers of songs? I just put on YouTube's automatic playlist for Pokemon music, but then it infests it with other video games sometimes. Okay, so it's water fighting. I'm actually probably fine once Lucario's done. I don't need to set up acupressure again, most likely. Evasion, please. Just miss a few times. No, dude. This is not going well. I'm not going to get a complete setup here. It is at -6 accuracy. Raw is affected by accuracy. It is a regular attack. Miss. 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 Here we go. Okay. I can use a few Dark Pulses if I don't want to waste too much PP on the other moves. Go one Acu. One sub. One rest. The delayed onset of Raw is not to my liking though. It's getting so good at hitting them first time, it doesn't super matter. It's just gonna be annoying if it's gonna be so annoying if Water Pulse gets a confusion near the end, that's all. We didn't skill swap, and it might be inner focus instead of steadfast. Hopefully it's steadfast, because I would love to flinch it here. Okay. Please miss a few more times. It's it's 1 in 3 to hit Raw. I think it's done a lot better than that. I could have let Latias faint as well, but it didn't feel necessary to do that. This is going to be a short setup. Gosh, how has it come to this? It's never gone this badly in the past. Even my Raw misses. Please miss as well. It's complicated though, isn't it? Because now the sub gets broken by 3. Surely it's better to stay in. Because I've got speed, which is significant. Oh no, but you can miss. No, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. This is a disaster. Please get paralyzed. Like, I knew it would get a confusion right at the end. Please get paralyzed a few times. I also really need it's speed. I need. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and I want defense, 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 defense. Oh, dude, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. I've never completely failed a setup like this before. I'm probably swapping. The fact I've only got 4 rests is really terrible. This has gone so badly wrong, and I'm not really sure what I did. This is match 7-14, because it's probably going to be a highlight. Of course, you paralyzed then, don't you? It's one of the worst things that could come out, no doubt. It's guaranteed to be a physical attacker. I think I have to swap. I'm going to have no great plays against Machamp free, but it is what it is. I think it's always going to be swap and charm. You've crit me. Okay. I should be fine, though. I don't think Earthquake would ever free roll me. Evasion. But it could easily be no guard. The Latias crit is crazy. I'm going to have just enough rest PP to win this game. It's not got a single miss, which means it is no guard. Almost certainly. Yeah, we go for the sub, because rest PP is much more valuable. What a crazy game this is. Special attack, that's not it. It's out of Earthquake, which means it should always be going for counter here, really. Yeah, small chance of revenge, but almost always counter. Crazy game. It's not over. It's not over yet. I'm in a decent position against Lapras, though, because I've got +6 special attack. What am I missing? So it's speed, accuracy, and evasion. Please let me have the evasion. Accuracy. Please give me evasion. No. That's Poliwrath last was a little bit of a godsend. Could have been way worse than that. Eddie Cham. Cyclist Clive with the female cyclist sprite. I did not realise Clive was on the list of NPCs I'm misgendering in the overlay. I think we begin with T-Wave instead of Skill Swap. Yeah, it is actually a special set. Okay. That's a memento. Wow, and he got the drop as well. The issue is I can't really trick back because of how much damage +6 Focus Blast does. The attack boost, dude. Evasion is fairly important here because it's going to get a few drops. Special defense. I want speed as well. There's speed. Okay, we're fine. We are fine. Decent chance. He's a fighting type with Raw, like Lucario. Nice try out Altaria too. Okay. It's always fun to wave. It's Egg 2. That's super annoying. We will endeavour to get it paralyzed though. Yeah, I guess if you think of, like, flying as going fast and fighting as being fit, maybe. Okay, hit Leech again. Hit Leech again, sure. I don't mind being put to sleep on Drapion at this point. I just want to get rid of Leech Seed as quickly as possible. There it is. I don't know, I just want to... It does hit me, okay. I'm actually not sure why some of the sprites are smaller than others. It's to do with the CSS dimensions, I think, in the webpage. It's not just Victory Bell. You hit the final one at -6 AC. Okay, nice. It's now just going to waste all of its time on Dream Eater and Ingrain. Aroma Ladies are basically completely free. It's only the Abomasnow leaves which are really bad. I'm pretty sure we've got everything. It is important. There's Victory Bell. Why don't you substitute so Leech Seed fails? Because I want to fish for as many misses as quickly as possible, and I don't want Drapion to be asleep if possible. So the problem with Moltres is always Moltres free, because it can U-turn, which is so annoying. It is Moltres free. Okay. It didn't go for U-turn on turn 1, which is a little bit of information. I often say in these scenarios in the past, because I've played many thousands of games with this team, that they would rather Drapion take the damage than Uxie. Yeah, let's go Drapion. We do not want to get hit by that. It does do quite significant damage. But we might as well be going for acupressure now. It can U-turn at any moment. Okay, special defense is not bad. Again, we don't want to get hit by that move. It does do a lot of damage to us. But special defense, might as well be going for another one. We've got speed, which is nice. Okay, what's coming out? Champ. I think we're just going mess. I think holding Uxie in the back is worthwhile. It's Machamp 2 again. This time it didn't crit payback immediately. Right, this is GG. It missed, so it's not even no guard. We will easily dumpster Moltres when it comes back in. It's just a question of what the final Pokemon is. We know that this Machamp is in slot 3. Because it replaced this. This is paralyzed Moltres. So Pokemon in the middle is not a neutral type matchup with a super effective move, which does narrow it down quite a lot. I think it should almost always be winning. Basically, it's unlikely the middle Pokemon is fighting. It's probably another fire type. I don't like set 2 trainers. A lot of set 2s are very awkward to deal with. No, it's Jinx 2. I really don't like this thing. This thing, if it goes for mean look before Parishong, it genuinely can trap me. Acupressure, it randomly raises one of your stats. Best thing you can do against this is to Thunder Wave, I think. Because I do not want Latias to take the mean look. And obviously if Drapion takes the mean look I lose. I miss because of Laxin Sense, wonderful. It doesn't miss. Honestly, none of this matters. It's just purely down to whether it goes for Perishong or mean look first. It's a 50-50. So Uxie lives. This is guaranteed to be mean look. It won't use Dream Eater because Dream Eater is resisted on Uxie. And Dream Eater has Giga Train AI. So it's going to use mean look here. And then it's going to switch out in 3 turns. Something's going to fall asleep most likely. I think I would rather it be Drapion. So it can Perishong again, or it can Lovely Kiss. Might as well go for the acupressure, I feel. If Lovely Kiss misses... It's just weird because it's a speed tie. These are both base 95. So we're both 115. I think maybe I'll go for substitute. But Lovely Kiss miss if I'm not speed tie win. Okay. That's Perishong. That's fine. It's awkward, but it is what it is. I think we're just going to hit whatever comes in. That seems completely fine to me. You know what I didn't fully think through is the fact that it could have been Doug Trio that switched in, which would have been horrendous. We do have to get out of here now. Let it go for thrash again. It will remain on that for a few turns. In the meantime, I will just try and get the speed boost so Jinx can't win the speed tie and Perishong when it comes back in. We don't know which slot this Whiscash is in, because we didn't paralyze Jinx. Because of the lax in sense. Okay. Generally fine against sailors. That's not one of the deadliest enemies that can be put out. Okay, it is, it is the bright power set. We'll go for the knockoff. We miss. Go for the knockoff since we don't want to miss, obviously. I think we're fine. Got the immediate defense boost. This is over. Are we going to get burned, paralyzed, or frozen first? Or are we going to do the legendary don't get statused? It is optimal. It is optimal to get very lucky. What am I missing? Defense? It's fine, as long as it's not Articuno 4. The only annoying one is Articuno 4. And the risk of Articuno 4 means I do have to just go straight into Memento, because if I paralyze and then I get frozen by Ice Beam and I fail the Memento, I'm in huge trouble. There's a very small chance of this going wrong. We need to PP stall Sheer Cold of Substitute. But if it instead uses Ice Beam 2 shots to sub. It can also air cut because it's high crit. But about 62% of the time it should be going for Sheer Cold here. Okay, that's 1. Excellent. That's perfect. We can now just rest to avoid being frozen. And once it's out of Ice Beam, we set up. This game is mostly just about counting to 10. Let's go one more. And now we win. Unless it gets like unbelievable ancient power boost luck. The evasion is really good. That's the only way of reducing the chance of ancient power boost. It's only Entei 1 that can really interrupt the game at this point. I think we go here. Like, we're not waiting for anything else. It's a legendary trainer. They have no way of punching through Drapion offensively. Okay, that's not Entei 1. Don't like scientists, they're set 2. Set 2s are evil. This thing has embarrassed me before with the amount of damage it does with Swagger and double hit. It is still correct T-Wave, I'm sure. Okay. I really feel like I just switch between these two. Until Swagger does not hit Latias, and then at that point I can go for the Charm. The downside of doing this is that I do run a bit low on the setup turns. I guess Flash. I want to miss Swagger more, so it uses it more often. This is not good luck. There's the miss. Could go for it now. It's at -4 accuracy, which is significant. Okay. I got the defense boost. This is over. That's all I was waiting on. It's just missing every single move, which makes sense. Special attack. No surprises in the back. Please don't send out a Bomber Snow. Also, don't sound out Glaceon. That thing's also quite annoying, though. I'm always scared about missing Frostas 4. Do I have time to fund away Frostas 1? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I think if I fail to Memento Frostas 1, I can just directly lose. Okay, Frostas 2. Wonderful. You get one chance to freeze me. I don't mind it using Psych Up once it's out of Ice Punch, of course. That's good rage bait. Probably about 50 hours. Depending on your level of familiarity with Gen 4 before going in. You just need the final defense boost. You don't want to be confused as we sweep, obviously. And the substitute HP slightly matters as well. It's very easy to spot when people are new to Trick Scarf. So it's a lot harder than people think to play. Sharpedo too. It's been a while since I saw you. That's fine. I would rather go through Drapion on Crunch. It's fine again. We can go back. Probably Flash does beat out the second drop. Just because we love swagger misses just like this. Dramatically speeds up how long this match is going to take. Sharpedo only has 2 sets, that's correct. It is a lower tier Pokemon. Okay. The self-hit damage I do at +6 attack is quite significant. I got the defense boost, this is over. Okay. I'm not worried about self-hits anymore. Bonus points for running out of Waterfall, and then just before I'm about to sweep you, you freeze me with Ice Fang. It has happened before. I think I've seen everything happen at this point. The final boost is accuracy, which doesn't seem important. Here's T-Tar in the back. It's T-Tar 1. T-Tar is one of those Pokemon you want to be fully boosted for. You can see how little damage I do even at +6 special attack. Don't like you. I do like removing the ability, particularly if it is no guard. Although Guts is also helpful. Okay, it's Machamp 3 and it crits me on turn 1. It can crit me again on turn 2, and if it did, that would be bad. No. I am not, no. So it's a 50-50. No, it's not 50-50, it's more like, yeah, it's 62-37. Roughly between Earthquake and Stone Edge. On this turn. The chance of this going wrong is like minuscule. Okay, that's most likely game over. I guess I can knock off. Because I am always going Latias anyway. Okay, this is super over. Sadly, it never kills with that Ice Sponge crit, so damage roll I know. It does look like a different word, doesn't it? Could be easily misread. It's a sailor. We're fine against sailors. We won't comment about the fact that it just hit dynamic punch through +6 evasion. The only problematic one is the curse set. I think I'm happy to still... I mean, the Thunderwave is quite helpful against the curse set anyway, really. Because I just want to get as many charms off as possible before curse. Baton pass. Crit me. I don't want Latias to die for no reason, so we'll switch. Pay attention until it's defense, and then I can stop paying attention. I basically never fail the sweep against evolutions. Yeah, this is over. Don't send out a Bomber Snow. Oh no. The problem with a Bomber Snow is I cannot risk Thunderwave against a Bomber Snow 1 because it could Grass Whistle or Ice Beam free Zuxi, and then I fail the Memento, and if I fail Memento against a Bomber Snow 1, it can just kill me with Ice Beam. Just kill Drapion. The issue with using Memento on the first turn against a Bomber Snow, though, is a Bomber Snow 2. We have to accept that. It's very similar for a Bomber Snow 3 anyway. Bomber Snow 3 is basically the same as Bomber Snow 1. Can't afford to fail the Memento. The best case scenario is a Bomber Snow 4, which is always going to Wood Hammer or Avalanche. At least you wasted a Sheer Cold. This thing is bad news, though. Please don't hit all of them. Good. Good. And now the new problem becomes Leech Seed. It should prefer to Leech Seed quite often here. More often than Giga Drain. And I don't mind setting up on Ingrain. Ingrain is a 20 PP move. It won't use it more than once until it's out of Leech and Giga anyway. Good. Good. This should be the final one. Doesn't have to use leech every turn, but it is very favoured. Again, we do this because acupressure fails behind a substitute. So in Gen 4, Gauge Grain is 10 PP. Just gives us slightly more time. And here comes Ingrain. Only scary thing on a ice team after I'm set up is Lapras 2. That's the Quick Claw Sheer Cold Perishong set. It's a roll for me to two-shot it at +6 special attack. I also want defense. Yeah, that's fine. I guess facing Lapras in Hail is also worse. Okay, good. It's Lapras 2, of course it is. I get the roll. Don't have to deal with Sheer Cold into Quick Claw Sheer Cold. Internet Detective is here. Bright Powder makes it miss. I should have ads turned off for this. Do I completely believe it? We know it's Horn Drill. There's only one PI Rhyperior set. It's the Horn Drill set. I think I just sit here and T-Wave. I guess I can skill swap in case of Solid Rock. That might make a difference for the payback. 2-hit KO roll. Okay. That's not Solid Rock. What I wanted to do is Horn Drill. And miss. Okay. Okay. That's fine as long as it doesn't crit. So because I'm in kill range of Payback and Avalanche, it's not going to use Horn Drill this turn, which means I might as well go for Memento, because that does at least lower its physical attack for Drapion. It's because double Crippler is a better team, and safer, basically. Single Crippler teams are... I've played several thousand games with them. They're pretty unreliable. It's time for Horn Drill. I really wanted to use Horn Drill. Good. There's a small chance of that, yeah. It's a crazy run of avalanches. Avalanche is only like 27%. Horn drill should be the most common move by quite a long shot. There it is. Yeah, it's the Viperia set from Factory. There's the last miss. Okay. So that's perfect. Yeah, the issue with single crippler teams is that you're so incredibly vulnerable to Pokemon like Staraptor 4, Metagross 4, Rhydon 4, Explosion leads. And you're very vulnerable to being like frozen and confused by Ice Beam, Signal Beam. And the single crippler teams often fail to get a complete setup. We have lost tower. We lost in tower. We always have to memento immediately because of Espeon 1 being such a risk if it does get a successful baton pass chain off. Psychic. Almost certainly this is Espeon 2 then. So Espeon 1 would much rather Calm Mind, and Espeon 3 and 4 would always Shadow Ball first. But it could be Espeon 1, and therefore I do have to trick it. Okay, it is Espeon 2, that's fine. Just trick back, it's fine. You don't lose anything. Actually, I'm lying. Do that to slightly speed up the setup. Drapion basically never fails to sweep against clowns. I want one more evasion. It's so funny that people call it mismatches. It's Ixie, but yeah. Memento is very useful. I think Gen 3 is slightly better overall. But I do enjoy both, they're quite different. Okay, it's guaranteed to use Shadow Ball. There's a range for this to break the sub. We have to PP stall Ice Beam or we would lose to a Ice Beam freeze. Be a tiny bit careful of confusion as well. Special defense. Okay, I don't think I care anymore. I've actually got everything that I need. I don't need the final accuracy or attack boosts. This thing is bad. It can sometimes quick claw Fisher. It has to do that twice though to kill Drapion. It's a shiny Ninetales on the overlay. That is a 1 in 8,192 shiny. Okay. Would I rather Drapion be asleep actually, because it never goes for Tree Meter that way round. Oh yeah. Well, I made the overlay, so of course I'm going to put a shiny chance in. That's much more entertaining than it just being random Pokemon. We did miss all of them. Didn't dodge the ball. Missed the final one, go on. Easy. I don't normally look at the overlay as well, it's just coincidence that I glanced over if I saw the Ninetales. I'm missing a few evasion boosts here. I think we need to go now, because our attack is lower than our defense. We're in a good position. Oh no no no! Item clause. It can't be Magma Zone 2 in the back anyway. Focus 4. Need to be a little bit careful of how much damage Hyper Beam does. Obviously, after the special defense boost, it doesn't matter though. And evasion. I would like to have flinched Togekiss, that would have been funny. Okay, he needs to be careful once again, because Magma Zone 2 can be in the back here. I don't need to knock off on turn 1. I will knock off if it is Hypno 4. It's fine. Gonna crit me? It's going to go directly to you. How about you get an evasion boost or two so it misses hypnosis? I do need at least one special attack boost. Yeah, you're listening, Drapion. I could go now, but I think I want to have another evasion. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I don't have +4 speed. It's incredibly rare for that to be an issue. And I don't want to be giving myself attack in case of Magna Zone 2. How do you keep track of your stats? I use my hands to use a finger for each boost. And if it's fully tightly curled up, that's no boosts, and then I extend the finger a different number of positions for more boosts. Also, I've just played so much, I kind of do have a hang of it. Most of the time you don't need to count anyway. Like, this is an Aroma Lady. There's nothing in the back that can stop the Drapion sweep. So I don't have to pay attention when I do this one. Okay. Don't actually have to lose. Oopsie. This is another Pokemon we were using earlier and let us down. So yeah, most games, if you don't care about boosts, your Swaying to Dust gets to 27. That's 21 less than 48, which means you've got every boost. Hopefully it's not Articuno 4. We do have the Memento in case it is. Okay. It's not great. Okay, that's fine. I would like to see the last Sheer Cold. There it is, and now we can just rest loop until it's out of Ice Beam. And once it's out of Ice Beam, we just win. We can't set up now because Ice Beam can freeze. And if Drapion gets frozen and doesn't unfreeze, we just obviously lose. The last Ice Beam. Immediate special defense boost, which is nice. So yeah, Legendary Trainer is another one where I don't have to pay attention to the boost thing. It just doesn't matter. Only 35 battles in like 2 hours. Maybe a bit under 2 hours. I'm not sure how long we were actually playing Factory. This is probably the last set, last 7 games. But if it's really easy, maybe not. I don't think we even have to memento here. Because I don't think Stone Edge will ever 4-shot Drapion. But it's a lot easier to just do it this way. Because it is a Psychic Trainer. Those are basically always free wins once Drapion's set up. Everything but defense. Everything but... there it is. This last few boosts, we have accuracy and 2 evasion. We don't like collectors. Set 1, there are a few Swords Dance sets which are big problems. God of War 1 is fine. Is it Trace or Sync? It's Trace. I still think we just go for Memento though. If it was Sync, what we can do is skill swap, because it's so likely to use T-Wave itself. Now we just need to be a little bit aware of our attack boost situation. A lot of self-hits there. There's defense. This is kind of already over. I'm at -1 on Spadef, but that's still not a problem. It's only got 5 Shadow Balls left anyway. Interesting, is Confuse Wave force over T-Wave? Even when I'm paralyzed and confused? It's a collector. The best gen is Gen 10. Gen 10 Factory is the best factory. Again, we're always a bit concerned about Moltres free U-turning. We can knock off. It's not bad. Okay. No burn. Now, in the sun, it does do quite a lot of damage with that move. So we'll rest on it. Hitmonchan is quite a sad Pokemon in Gen 3. This Battle Girl has a decent chance of being roared. And there is a chance of Spec Spro, but I always like to paralyze this. Is that a problem against Slowbro 1 though? T-Wave perhaps? Yeah, I think T-Wave. It's on my second YouTube channel, yeah. My VODs channel. I cannot knock off here. I cannot knock off against Slowbro 1 because it blocks Trick. The best move might actually just be to Memento immediately. Trick Room, that's fine. We already have what we need. There's special defense. Okay, it is a... Again, it's a sailor. We should be fine. They should have given Flareon Flare Blitz earlier. Yeah, I prefer leading off with T-Wave before skill swap. It's Metachamp 2. That's a skill swap. I think it adds to the charm of the early gens that you can choose between the gen with the physical special split and the gen without it though. Yeah, fire and electrics are pretty hard done by on the physical side in Gen 4. Whoops, overclicking. Thunderfang and Firefang and Thunder Punch and Fire Punch. Golduck free is fine by me. The most satisfying thing about using Drapion is watching its HP slowly go up, even as it's being attacked. By the pure power of evasion and defense stacked boosts. Victory Bell free, which is also completely fine by me. It does do a decent amount of damage with Hyper Beam against Drapion. Obviously it has to go through Sludge Bomb. I mean, we got the def boost, so it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, physical electrics is still a bit of a meme. I think what's rough about Tower compared to like regular PvP is if you play 9 rounds of Swiss or whatever, or you play like 9 ladder games and you win all of them, you feel great. It doesn't really matter if you lose the 10th one. But in the Battle Tower it does. It is very severely punished to lose just one game. And the way luck stacks up against you is cruel. Right, that was a fast round. We can do another one. More set-free action. We can skill swap for Intimidate. We can do it again. It's faster to go this way around. The funniest use of skill swap is against Electivire, particularly Electivire 4. You can skill swap to note to drive its Thunder Punch, and then you can skill swap again as it tries to Earthquake you. Oh yeah, physical ghost. I mean, Dragapult is so dominant in that conversation that it's difficult to say that it's underserved. Charizard's actually a tiny bit concerning. Okay, it's not Charizard free, so we should be fine. Knock off. I think we're fine with this. Just got to be a bit careful of how much damage Overheat and Sun does, even after the Spadef drop. I mean, special attack drop. That's the burn. That's a. Electivire was heavily overrated when it first came out, and it continues to this day, really. Well, no one really thinks Electivire is good anymore. Electivire has very unfortunate distribution of stats. I think Electivire is the first time where people realise just how important base speed actually is. It's a combination of Electivire and Garchomp. And I think Game Freak realised it as well, and that's why so many Pokemon in Gen 5 are randomly really quick. And it's only got worse from there. Power creep on speed. I have done a Nuzlocke ages ago. It was extremely boring. The thing about Nuzlocks is you just know what's coming up, and it's like if Misty's the next trainer, you're never going to lose to Misty. Even if you severely underlevel your team, because you have IV and EV advantages. The modern Nuzlocks on difficulty hacks I can see being much more challenging. But I don't know, vanilla, like an ordinary Nuzlocke on an ordinary game, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I don't want to sound elitist, but I think it's something where the people who enjoy Nuzlocks the most on vanilla games, they're newer players, they're less experienced players. And you know, it's great that they have fun, but it's like, if someone max tryhards Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke, of course they're going to just destroy it. It's not going to be close at all, right? And you could say, oh, just don't try hard, but it's like, it's difficult to not try hard. Like, if you know what Pokemon Tate and Liza are going to bring, you can't just, like, forget that. Time to get cooking, Inga. That miss is actually a little bit annoying. I want you to hit me. Good. Well, I agree. I think Gengar in Gen 3 is more interesting than Gengar in Gen 4. With all of its the weirdness of Gen 3 ADV Gengar is fun. But yeah, it's like with Nuzlocke, it's not like I don't like challenges. It's like I would have fun, the equivalent of a Nuzlocke in a different strategy game where I haven't got as many hours. I would have fun doing it, but the problem is I've got too many hours in Pokemon. So I think if I wanted to enjoy a Nuzlocke, I think it would have to be one of the stupidly hard Nuzlockes where they turn off like EVs and everything. There's nothing wrong with those. And I think a lot of Nuzlockers nowadays, they get their enjoyment through not doing damage calcs. But like, damage calcs are really easy to learn if you want to learn them. But it's again, you know, if you haven't learned them, you don't want to learn them because it's more fun. But I can't unlearn. That's really difficult. I think Nuzlockes are way more fun when the person is playing like recklessly and doesn't know a lot about the game. Because then you actually get interesting scenarios where the thing is, like, if like a good Nuzlocker plays Emerald, like, don't you always just end up with like a pretty generic looking team? Like, you would always like force yourself to get a Gyarados. You could probably force that encounter. You could probably force a few other encounters. And I just don't think it would be interesting because like a good Nuzlocke wouldn't lose anything, right? Whereas Nuzlockes are entertaining when, you know, there's been like 10 deaths by the 5th gym. And like the starter's dead and it's like, oh, we need to do the 5th gym, but we don't have any electric or ice types. So like we've got to like do this like weird thing with stalling out like Winona's Altaria or whatever. I agree. I think I'm preaching to the choir though. I think everyone in chat agrees. I don't normally drink before playing now. Particularly not on an important streak like this one. The other problem with Nuzlocks I have, you know, again, is if people enjoy watching and playing them, that's great. But like, when it's like a hardcore Nuzlocke where they just use one type, like that's cool because you know, like, oh, it's like hardcore Nuzlocke and you know, you have to use fire types. You know that like the water gym's gonna be hard or whatever. But if you're playing a hardcore Nuzlocke and you can only use a certain type, and like one of your team members faints and you need it, that's a devastating blow, right? Like if you're doing a hardcore Nuzlocke with water and like your Swampert faints, it's like, okay, well, I no longer have any strategy into electrics. How do you get same? I mean, I have thousands of hours. I don't think. Like, I truly have thousands and thousands of hours. That's the answer. I think with, like, intensive study, you can get very good very quickly. I must say, I find the Frontier dramatically more interesting. Yeah, only bug types in Fire Red Leaf Green. Like, I'm not even sure what you would get to get a full party of 6. It certainly wouldn't happen very quickly, would it? Yeah, the other thing is, like, the ROM hacks, like Platinum Kaizo, it changes the base stats of so many Pokemon, and it changes how so many moves work, that it actually just breaks my brain to watch it. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why is Tangrowth so slow? Why did Fire Spin do so much damage? It's really disorientating. I actually have to... no, it's gonna kill itself with Wood Hammer. An almost close match. Well, at least you led Magnezone, it's not in the back. We have to quickly figure out if it's Magnezone 2, I guess. There's always the chance that Magnezone 1 or 4 gets a Thunderbolt Paralyze, and then we remain fully paralyzed. Oh no, Magnezone 4 is always going to signal. Parasect and Quagsire and Gen 4 Ubers. That's the other thing, again. I'm not trying to preach. I do think it's a good idea to use rare candies, but I remember the point of Nuzlocke kind of being that, like, you've played with your team for ages, so you get attached to them. But obviously, if you just catch something in rare candy at, like, level 40, it's like, you're not... There's no real sentiment there, right? It's just fodder. It's just the thing you're sending out. I think it's good to use rare candies to not waste your time and the viewer's time, though. I do agree with the people who say that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if you can just catch a level 5 Magikarp and rare candy it up to 40, it does change what you'd be willing to use or not, wouldn't it? Because, like, would you actually be willing to, like, sit through a 2-hour grinding session to play that? I don't know. We lost in Battle Factory. I'm gonna T-Wave. Okay, mutual T-Wave, so it's set free. This is actually a little bit of a problem. It's incredibly likely to use the move Magnet Rise. I'm a bit scared of Charge Beam. I'm also a bit scared of Flash Cannon Spadef drops. I might be tricking this into T-Wave. I think that's safest. Okay. Good. Okay. T-Wave setup with Drapion is not safe. I have to count Magnezone's PP situation very carefully here, because I need to remove my own paralysis. It's a Ruin Maniac as well. I really want special defense. Come on. Okay. I've only got one. Yeah, it's gonna die to struggle in it's only got one Thunder Wave left. It's gonna die to struggle in 5 turns after that. At least we've cured the paralysis. Is it Lucario 1? Lucario 1 here would be quite an adventure. We only have +4 special attack. So it's really very likely to get off the raw. And Latias is paralyzed, which is horrendous. Cross chop is Lucario 2. Yeah, that's what I don't like about Nuzlocking. The thing is, this criticism does not apply to any of the original Nuzlocke YouTubers, because they all did it back before it was, like, popular. Like, it feels like in the last few years, it's like, if you want to get a load of views on Pokemon videos on YouTube, you either need to put the word shiny in it or Nuzlocke in it. That's the meta. I'm like, I'm never doing either of those things. And it's not because I'm getting on my high horse, I just don't want to do them. I am doing a non-Frontier video soonish, but it's not a Nuzlocke. I didn't look at the exact damage that did. I'm not sure if it's Jolteon 3 or 4. In some ways it doesn't matter, I think we're just always using Flash either way. Okay, I'm not staying for that though. I don't know, like I've kind of retired from YouTube in a little bit. So I was thinking of doing it more, but I've realised that my videos don't do well enough to justify the effort, which is fine as a hobby, but it's not fine as a job. Yeah, I'm doing a Kaizo Ironmon Shiny Nuzlocke, exactly. I'm going to put all the keywords in there. Oh, I hate doing this. I don't like going low when I could be paralysed. Just like this. I mean, the Worser video took like 5 months. I think if I calculated by pay per hour, it would be horrendous. But I knew I'd already sort of given up on YouTube at that point. It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. I wish the regular content did better, but the problem is it's not a problem in the Japanese and Korean communities, but in the English scene, Battlefront 2 is just not popular. Like, there's LRXC who does it, but LRXC is like kind of retired as well. And then no other big content creator like actually covers it properly. Like, when people do Battle Frontier videos, they just, like... it's often very wrong or very service level. There have been a few very good videos on the Frontier recently. Droomish did a great one on the Palace. That was a while ago, actually. There are a few others. I'm blanking, though. Years ago, Wolfie did a Gen 4 doubles series on YouTube. What if you learn Japanese in tutorial to 100? Would I learn Japanese fast and Ravi would get to 100? It's the same as last time. Okay, it's Magnezone 1. Knockoff might be a good idea here, because it encourages use of light screen and reflect dramatically more often. Let's do, because I don't mind switching into mirror shot, let's do flash until it's out of reflect, just like that. Yeah, it's not that I don't respect... I respect a lot of YouTubers in the Pokemon space, but I don't want to copy any of them. Like, honestly, if I did Nuzlocke videos, they would just be worse than other people's Nuzlocke videos. So I feel like it would maybe be a bit pointless. Whereas at least if I do a Battle Arena video, no one else is going to do that. We do need to sit out the light screen turns. I'm pretty sure we don't kill that often with a crit. But I don't want to risk that. I mean, the second channel's been going really well. My second channel, but I also have been slacking on that as well. I need to do more. Let's do another bonus round. Because that was a boring round. Battle tree content. I wish I found the later gens more interesting. I just don't like Tower that much. What is the problem? I remember the problem now. The problem is Charge Beam and Calm Mind. I have to immediately Bright Powder, Memento, even if it is Bright Powder. Psychic, so 2. Everyone else doesn't use Psychic. It is Alakazam 2, which is a Charge Beamer. BKC, like, again, like, the injustice of the world. BKC should have so many more views than he does. It's so much fun to hear BKC talk about Pokemon. And I don't know if BKC subscribers realize how good BKC actually is at the game. It's like a genuine world-class expert. And obviously I know he does writing for False Swipe Gaming, and that's part of why those videos are so good as well. Yeah, it's a bit disheartening that BKC doesn't get more views. Anyway, off my soapbox. Let's just flash loads of times and then it won't hit Charge Beam. This is the high level analysis you come here for. I'm not even going to substitute on Focus Blast. If it drops, I might swap. Evasion. Speed. Defense. Special defense? Easy. I mean, the VGC scene is really lucky, right? It feels like almost every single really good VGC player has quite a serious YouTube channel. Competitive Pokemon is very lucky that it has BKC. It's also got Pokeaim, it's got Blunder, it's got Freeze-Eye, it's got... There's obviously Jim Cool is actually quite a good player himself. I enjoy the False Swipe gaming videos, but I can't binge them. Like, it's a good format, but it's a little bit repetitive. This is what doesn't compute in my brain. Because I think my favourite meta is easily Gen 4 Ubers. And I didn't like Gen 5 or Gen 6 OU very much for different reasons. But I did quite enjoy UU. And it almost surprised me that more people don't like UU because it is... I feel like OU is... It kind of got worse and worse. To be honest, even like modern gen UU is probably quite bad, right? So it's almost like surprising to me that... Because the balance gets better the further you go down. And there's more diversity in terms of playstyles that work the further you go down. But I think people just like really like OU because it's like the canonical meta, I guess. I don't know. But it's something that's never really made sense to me. This thing's annoying because of Raw. I think we're going to try and lock it into Ironhead. Oh. Like, is this the tier that people play? I don't know. Like, I really, really think Gen 7 was just absolute trash. I know some people like Gen 7, I just think it was awful. It's not this the tiers, it's also the game. I just think Sun and Moon are dreadful games. I actually quite enjoyed... I remember when Gen 8 came out and everyone was complaining about it and the low texture trees and everything. They were saying, oh, it's so low quality. I'm like, I don't know. It's much better than Gen 7. I actually quite enjoyed it. The good thing about Gen 7 was the music, but the music in Pokemon is always good. Bronzong. I enjoyed Gen 8. I enjoyed Gen 9 as well. I'm very aware that these are unpopular opinions and you're meant to hate them. But I enjoy playing them as a purely casual experience. I thought they were great. I was just really upset there was no good Battle Frontier stuff at the end of them. Oh, having said that, Gen 8 restricted sparring is very interesting. I don't like Gen 1 and I don't like Gen 7. And then I think every other gen has its good and bad points. Gen 1 is the one gen I think I'll never play. I respect it for what it is, but it's I don't know. I think you had to grow up with Gen 1 to enjoy it. Maybe I give Gen 9 too much flack for the fact that I feel like it was almost good. I really feel like Gen 9 was almost very, very good, and it slightly fell short. disappointing thing about Gen 9 actually was the DLC. Because the Gen 8 DLC was very good, but the Gen 9 DLC I felt was pretty mid. Like, it was just a few hours of content. I don't think I can go straight to Drapion. Maybe I can. I'm not switching because they've got the evasion boost. The thing I really want to play is Gen 8 restricted sparring. I think in Gen 9, I'm not sure if there's anything in Gen 9 that is interesting as an in-game challenge. Like, I know the DLC has some hard trainers, but it's like, you know, if you can over-level them, they're fundamentally not difficult. I mean, I also don't like the PWT. The thing is, it's not popular nowadays to say the Pokemon World Tournament sucks, though, because it is so much better than what we have nowadays. I still think the Pokemon World Tournament was undercooked. Like, just add a win streak counter to it, it's so much better. You have to be very careful about this because it can actually do significant damage to itself. And Raichu is only base 65 HP. It's only 130 it. No, it's base 60. 130 with the IV disadvantage from Boris. Don't miss. You think Pike glitch for Egg moves is fair game? I think putting moves on that is just saving time on breeding is fine. The only thing that's controversial is like if you put Spore on Ninjask or something. But if you want to have fun putting Spore on Ninjask, it's totally fine, just don't submit it to a leaderboard. That's all. Rare music. Well, running out of the playlist is a good sign that perhaps I should end stream after this. What was happening? I'm not sure what my first boost was. Looks like it was defense though. It's very easy to spot people who actually do like the thing in old gens where you make Pokemon legit because they all think it's really boring. And I think that's the correct opinion. The people who complain that everyone should do it legit, I feel like they're the people who don't play. Evasion? Evasion? Some people do... we do have purists But all the purists I know who play the game respect other people's time and say, they don't mind what other people do. I'm specifically talking about the purists who believe everyone else should be pure. In my experience, none of them play the game. There is nothing wrong with being a personal purist. I do actually understand. I do understand that sentiment a lot. Particularly if you're on cart. Tentacle 4. The thing is, it loves spamming ring out so much that it kind of blocks itself. I think I'm going to T-Wave skill swap though. Don't want to get ruined by clear body. What's scary about this is that once it's out of pump and ring out, it can use Ice Beam. Yeah, the leaderboards allow PK Hex, to be clear. Not for sweeping, Chemical Brother. The problem with only having a dark move is that there are certain Pokemon that can use the move Roar or Whirlwind, like Lucario or Skarmory. And then if they hit that move through the evasion boosts, I lose my boosts. I mean, the other thing, I'm going to do a video about this at some point. The major problem with being legit is how expensive it is. Like, if you already have Emerald because you had it as a kid, obviously it's cheap for you. But, you know, if you want to use Morning Sun Moltres and Emerald Frontier, you need to buy a GBA or original DS. You need to buy Emerald. That's already several $100s. You have to pay up for a copy of Pokemon XD. You have to pay for a Wii or a GameCube. You have to pay for the connection. The connective thing between the GameCube and the GBA. You've then got to go and RNG it yourself. I remember doing the maths for how much it costs to build certain Gen 3 Frontier teams. And it's something like $800, which is just like unacceptable. Like it's like in speedrunning, you could say to people like, "Hey, look, in the speedrun, everyone's going to pay on console, and if that's a problem for you, you know, it's only $100. Sort of deal with it." But I feel like telling people to spend thousands of dollars if they haven't got the games already is just so unfair. This is why we will always be really big on playing on emulator. For the Frontier leaderboards, at least. But it's not even that. Like, if you don't live in an English country, I'm not sure how expensive or how easy it is to even get a copy of the games. We get rid of the muscle band. It's kind of a why not situation, isn't it? Yeah, it's only cheap. It's only cheap if you had all the games as a kid. Unfortunately, Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness have a lot of very important meta Pokemon for the Gen 3 and Gen 4 teams. And those games are expensive, dude. And like, if you're playing on Emerald and you don't want to delete your save file and you want like you want to RNG another Latios, or you want to catch a Latias, you've got to pay up for Ruby or Sapphire, but then you realise there's a roaming glitch, and you can't get Ruby or Sapphire, so you have to get another copy of Emerald, or get your hands on the event item, the Eon ticket. It's all so expensive. I can't bring myself to sell my games. €15. That's crazy for Colosseum. This problem also exists in Gen 4, by the way, because a lot of the good Pokemon in Gen 4 have to be traded up through Gen 3. Yeah, it's really expensive, unfortunately. But the other problem is you're just like so likely to get scammed. Like, I'm sure there's ways of figuring out, but like a lot of people are selling fake copies of Platinum and stuff, and it would be horrible to get scammed. Okay, last game. It's a Psychic. So Bronzong lead. We will be fine as long as it's not Bronzong 4. If it's Bronzong 4, it's an interesting game. Okay. It's fine by me. Just need to be a little bit careful of the charge beam, I guess. This is probably going to be another preemptive flash. Triple flash, and then it should take ages for it to charge beam up. You can find them cheap. It's like, it's so much effort, right? It's just so much effort, and you need to get so many different games to have access to everything. But yeah, we will always say that Ace is fine. We will always say that DK Hex is fine. We will always be on the side of accessibility and open competition, rather than being too upset about slightly illegal things. I tell you what's a really big trend in Japan, particularly Japanese YouTube, because I was doing some research and I was looking at what they do. A really big trend there is to buy a pre-owned game and like go through the save file and like look at like what they caught and what they had and like complete the save file if it wasn't like completed by the original player. So like it's like looking at like lost media. It's like save file investigations. There've been like 1 or 2 English videos like that, but it's much bigger as a format in Japan for whatever reason. Badly going for $30 on the Switch. I think it's good that they're available on a more convenient format. Should they be worth $30? Not sure. But it's nice. It's like, you know, it's nice that you can just get them and there's the convenience of it all. It would be interesting if they release Emerald for $30. That would be a big deal. Okay, at least I didn't lose in Tower. But Factory was a disaster. Luckily, no one was here to watch me lose. Guys, I've got a dip. I've got a load of editing to do. If everything goes well, video out tomorrow. I'm excited by the next video, but it's more work than I realized it was, unfortunately. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.